Well, Argentina is planning to sell its first 100-year bonds in US dollars with a potential 8.25% yield. Argentina will use these bonds to finance budget and to refinance debt as Argentina grapples with a soaring budget deficit. Can we blame Argentina for their moves? Well, they just definitely take advantage of historically low borrowing costs to finance the budget and pay off debt that is maturing in the next few years. What we can blame them for is that they forgot who they work for. Finally, governments need to start thinking about the hard-working people. If you have a huge budget deficit, then you do not make the government bigger. What you do is you make the government smaller and you give the power back to the people. Do you remember what said the founding fathers? They said limited government, and limited government means smaller government. We do not need all these politicians and bureaucrats to tell us what is good and what is bad. They surround people with their rules, regulations, and they think that they do good things. They make people like me to flee from socialist countries. We need to get rid of them, and we need to give the power back to the people. The problem is that governments do not want to do it because it requires governments to give up their power. Argentina has repeatedly defaulted on its sovereign bonds, and it is just over a year after Argentina emerged from default. They settled legal disputes tied to a $95 billion default and battled for years with creditors before reaching a settlement in 2016 that allowed them to re-enter the global credit markets. Argentina has defaulted on its debt 7 times. 7 times in the past 200 years and 3 times in the past 23 years. It means that the yield for many investors may be too low given how recently the country has defaulted. But the country should not have any problems issuing debt because of suppressed interest rates in the developed world. They are not the first country to offer 100-year bonds. Mexico, United Kingdom and Ireland did it before Argentina. Well, I am curious if in the future we will see 1,000-year bonds. How come the bankers do not offer 100-year mortgages? It gets more and more ridiculous. Imagine a day when you go to the bank and the bank offers you a 100-year mortgage. Hey, why not 1,000-year mortgage or 2,000-year mortgage? Okay, so now I think who will buy these 100-year bonds issued by Argentina? I will definitely not buy it. I love life, and believe me, I will not commit a suicide. I guess pension funds will purchase these bonds because they will chase returns. What if yields will go up enormously? Oh yeah, I forgot. We have the government and taxpayers. Taxpayers can pay for another bailouts. We had bank bailouts. So what stops us from having pension funds bailouts? Illinois state is about to go bankrupt, and just look at their pension funds. What we need is sound money. What we need is gold as money, and not US dollar, euro, British pound, or Argentine currency peso. It will enable the hard-working people to maintain their purchasing power that is eroded by inflation. Gold as money will let the hard-working people keep their purchasing power, and not 100-year Argentine bonds. This is XX Report, and talk to you later.